What's going on, guys? Here, I want to come back to. I wanted to bring you a story about how this country has decided to stop hiring white folks. We're not going to hire the white man no more. Again, we have truly got to recognize what is happening. In 2020 to 2021, according to a study published by Bloomberg, 94% of all new jobs with companies that are on the S&P 100, 323 plus thousand, 94% went to people of color. And again, people of color, like black people, are 13% of the population. Again, Hispanic people, they're somewhere around 20% of the population. So again, they received the majority of the jobs. And again, we have truly got to understand right now has nothing to do with qualifications, nothing to do with being right, being fair. Nothing to do with the fact that white people are over 60% of the population. Nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with, again, equity. Again, looking good. They got to be woke. And again, they don't care if they actually discriminate against people, as long as those people are white. Watch this. Okay, for a brief moment in 2020, much of corporate America united around a common goal to address the stark racial imbalances in their workplaces. Mass protests sparked by the murder of George Floyd. Folks, there was no murder. Led to a flurry of company promises, both specific and vague, to hire and promote Black people and others from underrepresented groups. Exclusive analysis by Bloomberg News shows how many of the biggest public companies did. Okay, the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, DEOC, requires that companies with 100 or more employees to report their workforce demographics every year. Bloomberg obtained 2020 and 2021 data for 88 S&P 100 companies and calculated overall U.S. job growth at those firms. In total, they increased their U.S. workforces by 323,094 people in 2021, the first year after the Black Lives Matter protests and the most recent year for which this did exist. The overall job growth included 20,524 white workers. The other 302,570 jobs, or 94% of the headcount increase, went to people of color. People of color make up a minority of the U.S. population. In most cases, are underrepresented at big U.S. companies. In 2021, Hispanic, Asian, and Black people made up a vast majority of the added workers, a trend that analysts say is necessary to overcome their historic underrepresentation. Again, that's wrong. The only discrimination that they allow under the law is against white people, especially white men. Because again, they're trying to make up for things that have happened in the past. So what they're doing is they're allowing discrimination in the present. Again, it will never end because there's going to be a backlash on this at some point in time. I think that time is rapidly approaching. But we truly have got to understand that you can't say that, hey, guess what? We're not going to hire you because, yeah, you're more qualified. You have all this experience and whatever. But we're not going to hire you because, again, we need a person of color. We need a woman of color. That's what we're going to have. and we're going to discriminate against you because of it. And that's truly what they're doing. And it's wrong. That is discrimination. That is racism, if you want to call that. We have to truly be honest. It's not reverse racism. It's racism. Again, we truly have to be honest. You're picking people because of the color of their skin. Now, they might have very minimal qualifications, and some might have good qualifications, but again, you can't bring that up. You can't bring up the fact that, somebody may have gotten their job because of a DEI program. You can't bring that up because, again, they get upset. They yell, they scream, they get offended. How dare you assume that, we got this job because we're black? Well, guess what? If you did not need the program, then get rid of it. Get rid of the program. And again, oh no, we don't want to do that because we want to make things equal by discriminating against people in the present for things that happened in the past. We truly also have to recognize that at this point, if certain people of color are not well represented as hires, they may not be, first of all, applying for those jobs. And again, they may not be working hard enough to be qualified for that job. And again, instead of allowing people to feel like victims, and when they feel like victims, they don't do a thing for themselves. Again, push people to do the right thing and to better themselves. And when you push people to better themselves, they tend to do so. When you allow people, again, if you're always whispering in their ear that they're victims and that other people are the fault of them being where they're at, they're never going to move forward. And again, there's going to be more and more problems. But we truly have got to look at it. We've also got to be honest. What you're seeing is nothing but discrimination. When white people are damn near 70% of the population, and again, you give them 6% of those new jobs, there's something really wrong. But guys, I'm going to show you a clip showing an executive from Apple, and you can hear what she had to say about this. Watch this.
Apple's taken an holistic approach, a sort of approach to criminal justice, education, small business, or economic empowerment. Why this approach as opposed to, say, a more concentrated approach that focuses on one of those issues?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think we wanted to try to touch the places where we thought we could have impact. And in honor of how this all got started, our Racial Equity and Justice Initiative is 3 years old. It started in the wake of the George Floyd, the Breonna Taylor deaths. And we wanted to honor their encounters with the criminal justice system, which were so deeply unfair, to say that those murders, as they happen, there should be work done in that area as well.
The deeply unfair criminal justice, what? No. Again, it was fair. I'm not saying I wanted anyone to die. Of course not. But again, we have to remember George Floyd did not die from asphyxiation. He died, according to the autopsy, he died due to a combination of heart disease and drugs, fentanyl. But again, we had to understand that they wanted to look a certain way because, again, they give them more clout. They give them more money, more opportunity to push this racial narrative. And that's what they're doing. But again, we truly have to look at what's happening. Again, we keep going this way, and we keep this up, we keep the southern borders open and everything else, again, you're going to have Europe. You're going to have UK here. And that's what they're pushing for. But again, we don't need to prop up any group. Again, no matter if the white, black, whatever. You don't need to pump up any group and give them the vast majority of whatever jobs because you feel sorry for something that happened in the past. That's not real. That's not real. And again, that is actual discrimination. But guys, man, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks. You son of a